Welcome, this is the Pawn Sacrifice channel and this is episode 11 of the 94S build, and this is hopefully going to be the final week that we're dealing with the engine mounts. So this is a finished engine mounts instalment. So the basic what needs doing is, in terms of the upper mounts, the main bit's done, but there's a few bits that I need to tidy up. Need to clean a bit of spatter off. I want to put some bracing on these sections here and here, because obviously that's fairly integral, so I want to get that done. This one is going to be cutting down the tube that the bolt goes through, cleaning up some of these radiuses, and just rounding a few of these off, just get rid of the sharp edges, bit of tidying up there, and it's for the bottoms it's literally spatter removal and then just cleaning everything up. So that it's all nice and neat, and then they are going to be painted. Hopefully after that I won't have to deal with them for much longer. I'm going to start with the upper mounts and getting those done. When I'm happy with those, I'll get the lower mounts and then just get everything painted in one go and draw a line under the engine mount saga, and look at what we want to do next on the car. Having tired of having to switch the discs every 5 seconds, I'm going to start with cutting, just go through and trim all of the bits down that I need to, and then get the flat disc back on, go over it, and then start just cleaning everything off, and hopefully this will be fairly painless. Okay, that one is pretty much done. That's all nice and level now. Yeah, so there's some spatter and stuff to be removed, but I'll do everything in one go at the end, because I'm going to need to do this one once I've done the bracing. So that's all tidied up there. I'm now just going to add some bracing onto the tabs and just try and add a bit more strength to the whole structure. So I've got a few tabs of scrap there, which I'm just going to mark and then cut around to fit on these bits here. Yeah, it's just going to be trimming and grinding and trimming and grinding until everything fits, and then once that's in, or once that's done, I'll then get everything welded. Okay, welding done, dry eyes. This is obviously improving, I think. So bits of bracing welded on all the way around, and I now need to go through. So I didn't do the underside of this because it's quite a tight fit, and I'm not going to be able to grind the corners back in enough. This one, I think there's plenty of space, I hope. I still need to tidy everything up, so there'll be cut and ground again, just to get everything nice and square and neat. And yes, it's looking like a bit of a disaster at the moment, but I'm hoping that once everything's tidied up, this will actually look okay from the on the face of it. now the grinding bit is done, it's ready for my new tool, my little finger grinder, sander thing, whatever it's called. There's no instructions with it, so I've just set it to 90 psi-ish and just make it up as I go along. So yeah, hopefully this is going to get into the corners and help me tidy up the lower engine mount and then the actual engine brackets, get rid of some of the spatter on there as well. So time to give this a go. These are getting dangerously close to being done. So the surfaces have all been cleaned up with the grinder and then the sander thingamajig. I've not taken back all of the welds, I've left them as they were, just to add a bit more metal. Obviously there's the vanity part of me wants to try and get them all neatened up and looking good as possible, but I think they're probably better off as they are. In terms of rigidity, so the only thing left for me to do, well, it's only the thing, I just need to get these cleaned up, and I'm just going to use some acetone on there just to clean the surface up. Once that's done, I can then start painting them. Mount's finished, looking a lot tidier, not too shabby. The third bolt hole there, that works quite nicely. On this side, that's all looking pretty good. And around here, we have that extra bracing on and just that down the bottom, and then the conventional hole and plenty of clearance for the hose, which is going to go on there as well. That's the final instalment of the engine mounts. They were starting to look like they were going to need their own series of themselves. It's a job well done. It took a bit longer than I'd hoped, partly because of the problems, partly because of having to remake things, but I'm glad I got through and got everything the way that I wanted it in the end. Restarting the lower mounts there in the first episode of these was a bit disheartening, but actually I'm glad that I got that done properly and got the brackets sorted, everything's sprayed, so hopefully there's some protection there and it all fits like it should. I may need to trim some of the metal, I'm not sure, I hope not, just when I fit other things around the mounts, when I start putting the engine back together probably, but that remains to be seen. So I was going to add another small job onto this, but I think I'm going to do that separately. I think I'm possibly going to either look at the oil pickup or the transmission tunnel. I might do the transmission tunnel just to get that sorted, just where the bell housing comes in. It's got the starter motor on the back and I need to make clearance there, so I'm going to do that. I've also got another small job on the way which I couldn't get done at the weekend, which is replacing the exhaust on my other car, and I'm going to upload that as a video just because it's been a bit challenging. So there'll be a separate video replacing the exhaust mufflers on a 911. But obviously this is the main job and I'm trying to get that done quickly without interfering with this too much. So plenty of progress, parts and things being ordered to keep everything moving along as well. But yeah, so that's it for this one, and thank you for watching. Hopefully catch you next time.